Part 2, the breakdown of The Artivist by Nicholas Smith. So I just read it to you, and my name is Jean Darnell. I'm also known as Awaken Librarian. I want to talk to you about this book, a brief little breakdown of what it is to be an artivist, because I consider myself an artist in addition to a librarian, a programmer, a public speaker, a painter, a drawer. I am a musician. I play the cello, so that makes me an artivist librarian, to include everything. So I want to talk to you about what you can do with art, because I am an artist and I believe in supporting the arts. In fact, I believe in STEAM instead of STEM, being science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So I incorporate all of that, and I want to talk to you about using art as a way to respond to the things in the world that kind of rub you the wrong way. So this is 2025, but just probably about 50, 60 years ago, you couldn't love who you wanted to love. And so there's this Supreme Court case called the United States versus Loving, right? And they wanted to have interracial marriage. And so I decided to use art to explain it. And so I have a lesson that's called using art to kind of explain social injustice or to respond to social injustices. And this was the art piece that I created. I'll give you a look at it. Okay, I know it looks weird, but it's symbolism. And it's symbolism, I'll hold it here and speak while you can stare at it. It's symbolism of a lot of things. It's a little bit violent, a little bit perfect, a little bit about marriage and unity, a little bit about the horrors of history and lynching, but we have two perfect pairs that have been riddled with rot, and we don't know if that rot is just from a blight that happens sometimes to fruits, but you can symbolize marriage because way in the back, there's a church. And then usually when people get married, there's a bride and groom. They come in pairs and pair the fruit, and then pairs as in a couple. And then I linked it to strange fruit because it's not often that you see fruit hanging on a tree still that is rotten like it is, or in some cases it could be riddled with, we don't know, anything that could ruin a piece of fruit. We'll just put it like that. But there's also, I gave it the title Strange Fruit to echo back to Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday is a former blues singer, and she had an interracial marriage. And believe it or not, I had an interracial family, and I have an interracial son. So this was a personal connect to me, and it was a way that I could respond to the Supreme Court case using art. So it's called Strange Fruit, a Perfect Pair. And I just wanted to share that from your Artivist librarian. So hopefully you'll get engaged with the book. Again, the book is called The Artivist. And this was my son's, I forgot to say, this is my son's response to injustice. He wanted everyone to coexist, and he's into anime. And so he talked about the history. This is supposed to be railroad tracks and cotton, but this is also the modernness of anime and coexist and the peace sign. So this was his interpretation of the art project because he wanted to help me out. He was younger when we did this. But anyways, that's a little bit about Artivist librarian. And I hope you guys found some comfort and maybe a way to express yourself using that book. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.